Okay, on this video I'm going to show you how to set up an InstaEngage campaign using the core template that you will need to request from Wishloop. It will be added to your Engagifier account, so you'll be able to access it there and create unlimited campaigns from this one core template, which you see right here. Okay, and once you load this up as a new campaign, everything will be in place. All the animation is set up for you, so you can basically just go in and customize what's here. Now I have a separate image here for the left side, but what we want to do here is when you add a billboard, you will be adding a billboard that already has the left side. So you can just replace this billboard by double clicking on it. And if I go over to here and I go to billboards, see, I can version 1, version 2. See, you notice that it already has the images to the left hand side. So if I double click on that, see, there's various styles here you can pick from. Double click on that, it is going to replace this one right here. And all you have to do is this single image, just delete this, and you're ready to go. Just delete it, and it should size properly here. If it doesn't, use the demos to get an idea of how big this is. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I did size this so that it would do okay on mobile as well as a desktop. Not be too big, but big enough. Okay, and you'll see a placeholder video here too, which we're going to replace with our own. So once you've added the billboard of your choice to the main page, you'll see that the cityscapes here are already set up. Now all the animations are intact for these as well. So if you do want to change this to grass, you can double click on it, and I'm going to add some other variations as well. Go into billboards, wherever you save these, and see, if I add the grass, I'm going to have to resize that. You see, but it's very easy to do. And I probably want to bring that down all the way to the bottom. And then I could change the size any way I like. And then once you have it set, just duplicate it. Right click on it, copy it, and then paste it, and then add it to this side. But actually, I take that back. Leave this here and then do the same thing over here. This way it'll keep the animations and the timings all intact for you. Since I've already uploaded it, all I have to do is scroll down and find it. Here, there it is. And then do the same thing over here. So now the animation will still play out the same way as it did with the cityscape. Okay, so I can even bring it all the way over here like this if I want. And you know, these are all images, so you can change them any way you like. However you want to do it. It's up to you on how you want to size this. But so that's not perfect, but for illustration purposes, and you'll see that the animation, see the grass pot coming up like that, so all that animation is intact. So we don't have to worry about trying to time all that up. I've already done that for you. Okay, because if you add it in, if you copy it, it'll well, actually you could copy it, but it's just easier to add it in the same way on the other side. Okay. Now here's another trick to capture everything. If you want to move the whole canvas, everything on the canvas, is hold down your left mouse and then pull it around to where you get this outline around it. So now I've just taken everything, and then use your keyboard to go up or down. See how it's going down now? So I can size it without individually taking element. So now it's down at the very bottom. You can't see it here, but it meets the bottom of the window. Okay, there we go. All right, and then of course save your changes. And I recommend once you make your own template from the core template is to save it as a template. Okay, so the same thing with the video. To replace a video, you open up this and then go to settings, and then you add your YouTube link right here. And again, the animation is intact. You're just replacing what's there, and then you might need to resize it to fit inside the billboard, which is easy to do. This needs to be on the, for some reason this is, oh, there we go. I resized the billboard. That's right. Okay, so that's there. Now there's another video where I'm going to talk about how to add this, but it's really just an HTML element. So I'm going over here to miscellaneous, and I'm going to pull in the HTML code element. There we go. And then make sure it's highlighted, and then you go to settings, and you're going to add the code here for the chat module for that to appear. And then now I can move that around to where I want it to be. Okay, so if, and because this is already set, you can just use what I've set up for you and add your own, replace this too. Just depends on how you want to do it. Okay, and it'll be your chat box. All right, and with these the same, they're all here, and these are step tabs, step links, so they go to different pages, steps. This is I'm going to have separate information on how to set this up. Call us now, but these are all in place, and if you go to the additional pages, you'll see that well, this has gotten out of whack here, so I'll need to resize that, but that shouldn't happen. That's an Engagifier issue, depending on how you move things. But there, I'll fix that. Shouldn't have to deal with that. But again, if I want to move the whole element, all I do is hold down that mouse, and then see, now I can move this whole thing where I want it to be, so it lines up. Okay, and let's move that out of the way. And of course, I'm replacing this with the logo for your demo or for your client. And if you want to move this entire thing, I do the same thing. Hold down the left mouse, highlight it all, use the arrows. When it's really a small amount of elements, you can move it with the mouse by holding it down, left key. But when you take everything, it's better to use the arrow keys and just go one at a time. All right? So for some reason these got out of whack, so it's going to be out of whack here too. So that shouldn't happen to you. That's definitely an Engagifier issue that they need to resolve. But let me do it for right now, just to bring everything back in balance. Okay, so the same thing applies for the additional pages. Here, the maps page. And you're going to want, there's images here that you can customize with an address and put the logo. You can add the logo externally after you add this blank image in your text, or you can add it after the fact. You can put it in here as an element as well as the text. So a couple ways to do it. Let me show you what I mean here. I double click on it, open up the images, and let's go to email left side images. You see that, excuse me, we're on maps. See, they're blank. So you can either take this image, open it up in an editor, image editor, and add the logo, and then add the text for the address, and then open it, add it, so that it'll appear here, but it'll be blank. And then you can go over here to media, add an image to the canvas. Okay. Locate the logo. See if I can find one real quick. Say this is their logo, resize it, and place it in that area. Okay. And then do the same thing with text. So keep in mind, if you're just using the blank the way they are, and you want to add it after. And do the same thing with text. So go to text, bring in, I would just bring in headline. It's normally what I do for a smaller amount of text. And then just type out the information and add it here. Or you can do it in advance. It's up to you. Okay? So, really easy to do. And then the map, all we have to do is click on it and change the address over here under settings. Again, all the animation is in place for every element you see here. All these elements, all the animations are in place for you. You're gonna want to change this to their number. And then if we go to the email tab page, the same thing. Double click. Okay, email, and then add the one that matches, best matches the website you're using. This width, and then add it, and then you may need to resize it a bit to fit in the area. Okay, and if you see, if you go over here, you'll see that even though you add a new image to replace the existing image, all the settings are still going to be in place as well. The animation and the timing and everything. Okay, same thing here with the text. Change this text to anything you want. And then the form, you have the option here of using the internal database to collect leads through Engagifier, or set up your own autoresponder. So external, you would, if your autoresponder setup like mine is here, you would select a list that's going to match this autoresponder opt-in form, and now you're collecting leads for the business that way. Okay, so I think that's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to work with. And then save it, and once again save it as a template once you get it the way you want, everything exactly how you want it to be. Okay, let's see if I'm missing anything else. And, you know, you can always change out this billboard, double clicking, and you go to a new version. You see this is a new version here. If you want, and there's also some additional blank versions that are useful if you want to create your own left-hand image. Remember, we're leaving the right-hand side open for the video if you're using a video. Okay, so that's really it. It's not difficult at all to set this up. And once you set up your first demo, your first template, just keep reusing that over and over again, and you basically have it how you want it. Let's see what else here. Of course, I could do some other things like add social sharing elements to this. I can, you know, you've got all the functionality of in Engagifier. So if I want to put Facebook stuff up, I wouldn't recommend that here because we're trying to isolate attention to this right here, to this or this. Okay, so we don't want to really pull them away too much. You can do some different, set up a couple demos, you know, one with social sharing, one without, and do testing and all that. But I wouldn't go too wild with adding a bunch of stuff here to these templates. Keeping it simple is what makes this very, very strong, because this is our goal here and this. So we don't want distractions. Capturing attention by the pop-up itself. It's going to get the attention. People are going to engage using this. It's right in their face, which is going to give the business opportunity to generate leads right away, something they're not doing. Keep in mind that they're paying for this. They're paying for traffic to their website, paying for advertising to their website, but they're losing 70–90% of the people who visit their site and just leave. They're not monetizing that visitor. So they're only getting 10–30% of the people that are actually interested in making a decision right away when they visit their website. They know what they want, and they're just going to look around and they're going to try to find a way to contact somebody. But the others are going to, most of the time, they're going to get lost on the website. They're not going to want to spend the time unless it's an absolute emergency type service, or they have a DUI and you need a lawyer right away. Some exceptions. But even then, those people are going to leave and they're gone forever. There's no way to capture them, to really maximize their advertising dollars by getting everybody that comes to their website, not just those that are ready to buy now, but everyone, by putting this right in front of them with a compelling video here that's under a minute. The animation and all this, how this looks, is going to get the attention. No doubt about it. Okay? And, you know, a majority of people that go to a website want answers right now. They want to know, especially with this type of industry, they want questions answered. And not often do they want to get on the phone and talk to somebody, or even think that they can. They can even get through to somebody. So this way they can chat instantly with somebody, or it can be set up to a virtual chat, and then the business owner could come in and assist the virtual chat and take over if they want. But the basic questions could be answered virtually. And now they have that lead to follow up. So real simple but powerful system to set up and use, and I hope you will use it. Now each time you change a template name, you need to note it right here what the name of it is. And then there'll be a new instance of the template that you saved inside of Engagifier. So if I go to Save As, let me see if I can move that up a little bit. Save as template. It's going to save it to whatever name you put in here. But keep in mind, if you're altering an existing template that you created, you have to change this name here, or it's just going to save the same one. Okay, well that's it for this video on how to create campaigns using the core template. There are links in the member site on how on requesting the core template to be added to your Engagifier account, and it should be named InstaEngage Billboard 1. Okay, and then likewise you can modify the same template for the service truck as well as the automotive, and then again create and save that as a template, and now you're set. A little more moving things around with when you change completely like that, but once you do it once, you're set. Now you can create demos for multiple companies. Okay, so that does it for this video. I hope you enjoy it and you'll take action on this. Thank you.